Hello YouTube! This is Diode 1000, and welcome to a story about my uncle. A game made by Gone North Games, and published by Coffee Stain. Coffee Stain is known for, well, the game that I know them for is Goat Simulator. That's one of them. More recently, Satisfactory. And I haven't played this very far. I got about a half an hour into it the first time I played through. So we're going to jump to this, and we're going to see what it's like. Yes, we do wish to overwrite. I don't remember any of the story.
Dad?
Aren't you sleeping yet? It's time for bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an adventure.
I think I know just the thing. When I was your age, my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared. I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where I lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure.
Alright, I'm going to try not to talk when they're talking, so that way you guys can hear it perfectly fine. So this here, as you would have gathered, is a story of a father who's telling a story to his daughter about the time that he went searching for his uncle. And that's about as much as I know. So, gotta look around here for some stuff.
My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time he had left without a word, without sending cards.
Australia? He came to Australia. Malaysia? India? China? South China? Saudi Arabia? No? I can't remember what that one there is. Iraq? Egypt? Kenya? Does that count? Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Bolt of lightning. Battery. Alright. So, yeah. This is a game about grappling.
I had visited Uncle Fred's house countless of times, but in the locker, which usually was closed, I found something I hadn't seen before. It was an adventure suit. It resembled the one that Fred used, but smaller in size. Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me. The most mysterious room of my uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage. Uncle Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious child.
Alright. Okay. And I assume that is the prologue.
ended with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home.
Alright, so I used to use it for garbage. Okay, so that's a save point.
The suit protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim with this thing on. Best be careful.
Alright. So there's no fall damage.
I was sure that someone had been here before me. Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who? Where were they now?
Alright. Alright. I didn't really need to charge this up, I could have just jumped straight onto it. Up we go. So I'm merely trying to make sure I can get over to these places. Alright, so trigger that. I'd like to see what's over here. There's a spot here. Oh, hang on.
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food, and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
As a small child would at that time. Quite sure most people could agree with that. Okay. I'm not sure where I'm going from here. I thought by this point you had the grapple. I remember playing through a small amount of this, as I said. Oh, and I missed. Big rip from me. So. Alright. I do apologise for the relatively slow-paced gameplay. I can tell you this now, it will get faster later on. There we
The
go.
power core I found activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my uncle.
I messed that up pretty badly.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave, and I was getting more and more certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Ooh, we managed it. I'm gonna scoop that up. Scoop that. Oh, fuck. Fuck me. I goofed that really badly. I didn't even fucking think to hold it. Well, I've already been doing that. Yummer. can make that without grappling, but I'd rather to make sure of it. What are these symbols? Ooh, okay. I thought I missed it for a second there, but no, there was just a small ledge blocking me from going any further. Probably could go further than that. Alright. Not my goal to speedrun this. I know it's a story-based game. And I think I would have missed that one, so. Okay, we're gonna wait for this here to come back around. We're gonna sprint. Use this charge. Follow this around. And now we'll launch. And nowhere near enough distance. Down. Whoops. I wonder how it wants me to do this. Maybe up like that? Nope. Okay. We could go higher on the rock, to be honest, and then just sort of grapple ourselves on there. There we are. Don't know if you guys heard the noises just then, just people logging off and whatnot, choosing games that they want to play. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I didn't realize the bridge was out. Woot. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I did make it. I bounced off the edge. That's gonna kill me. Well, not kill me, but it's gonna put me in the out of bounds. I wonder if I do that. No, nowhere near range. Although if I use that speed, if I go ahead, do that, and then use the speed to do that, that's got me fairly easily. And there. I'm assuming it wants me to follow this here around. And then flip. Wait. Oh, it wouldn't let me look on. Alright. So, nice and easy. There we go. Oh, okay. Oh, there's another rock. Here it comes. And as we go up, we'll grab the next one. And it will bring us past this, and yeet! Okay, there's a little symbol pointing this way.
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
Yes, I actually helped him collect samples for his research sometimes.
To learn about them?
That's right. We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No, not chicken eggs. These were small and jelly-like. Hundreds of them. Fred told me that they were frog eggs. He was in for a surprise though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, we took some eggs back home and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body. Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Ah, poor Fred.
I know. He did find real frog eggs eventually. He told me that they were very, very special, but I don't know what happened to them. These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
So that's the level transition. So that's first level. We're going to try to go through all the way to the second level before we decide to bother ending this episode. Because I don't believe this is a long game. I do believe it's a relatively short game. It's a platformer. But I can say we're a parkour platformer. And I do have another one lined up. Just part of a series of games that I've had for quite some time and never actually finished. Something that I can do videos on. Hang on.
Hello, who are you? You're
This
not
is-
from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller. And with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred. I told her that he was my uncle and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him. I'm Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes. I don't know why really, but you can call me Maddie. You've never been to the village, right? Let's meet over there in the square. I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
I couldn't believe it. An underground village inhabited by frog people, or more like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How is that possible?
Blam. Stop. Please don't make me fall down there again and do that again. Scheiße. Oof.
Over here.
Alright.
Hi, welcome to my village. This is the town square, and that over there is Fred's tent. I haven't seen him in a few days, though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff. Mostly boring stuff, if you ask me, but it's worth a try. Before asking him, though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad, unless you have to stay for too long. When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's cove from there. I'll go on ahead and tell him that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange. How could I talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal? It looked like most of the shacks in the village were built out of trash. Trash from our world. It was, after all, a garbage disposal pad that took me here.
Alright. A little bit confusion. But it'll be fine. I don't know where the hell this is. Poop. Damn it. Alright, so this is Fred?
For how long had Fred been gone?
I'm not sure. A couple of months, I think. Less than half a year for sure. I remembered hiking with him the summer before. But when I counted the days in his journals, and from when I last saw him, it didn't make sense. Maddie said that she had known him all her life. Maybe she meant it figuratively.
Figure.
Like, she didn't really mean it. Like, when you say you'll die if you don't get a puppy for your birthday.
That's true, though.
I'm sorry. Of course it is.
Alright.
Did Fred have any kids of his own?
Nope. Not that I know of. He lived alone. He didn't really have any time for a family, I guess. He was always away or busy with his inventions. He could be gone for months at a time. I never knew how soon I would see him again.
Don't you think he felt lonely then?
I think he was too caught up in his projects to feel lonely. It seems like he found new friends in the village, though. Maddie seemed to be especially fond of him, taking after all that he did. Maybe Fred was like a father to her.
She didn't have a real father, right? If she was born from an egg.
That's right. That's another thing we had in common.
Okay. Oop, I've managed to make my way back to the start. Oh, fuck. I almost did a bad thing there. Alright, I'm a little bit confused and lost here. I thought that was a fucking mannequin. I'm wondering why I'm using that and running around like I am. Like a spastic. We'll use that word. Okay. These have all the adventure marks on them. Alright. As we go up and around. I know I skipped all this just before, but if we go all the way up, it's like a saw. Up there is where I was before, down there. Have I been over here yet? I think I have. The windmill. Where's the windmill? Wait, this is the windmill. I'm at the windmill. Right, so this is the windmill. This is where I was supposed to meet, right? So... Where? Where is they be? Have I bugged the game out? I do question that. It was supposed to be by the windmill. There is the fucking windmill. Alright, so back up here. Where I came from. Ran away around up there, up to there. There's two paths. To there, there. Alright, well there's only one other path I haven't taken yet. So it's time for us to take that path now. And that is over here. I do assume they would always try to match these perfectly so you could just jump without too much of a hassle. There we go. Shouldn't need to utilize it to get all the way down. Alright, this is where the old man is.
A stranger in our halls. Welcome. Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you.
Our name?
Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our Fred to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can do it, so can I.
I say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to keep her safe, but she does not understand. Behind us is the power core. Take it, then go into the chasms. I'm afraid that if you see Madeline, take care of her.
Well, I assume she's
Be
going to go there
safe.
anyway. But,
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
well, it should be. I mean, logically. Trying to find a point where I could latch onto. I didn't jump. And I'd like that to it then. Fuck this. That's another collectible found. Oof. Just managed to dodge that.
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms.
Oh, thank God. That was a level transition. Alright.
As I entered the chasms, it struck me how much darker it was in there. The shadows were black as ink, and although I tried not to be afraid, I couldn't help but shiver. Was it the darkness that frightened the villagers as well? Or was it something else?
Alright. Nonetheless, I'm going to end this episode here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.